Hey y'all, I'm Jen, and this is Sassy Southern Nancy Girl, and this is hashtag Paper Doll Project 25. It's an open collaboration hosted by me, where you can do absolutely anything with a paper doll, and you can use anything for a paper doll. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as your project has something to do with a paper doll. So I put a poll up on my post tab. Also, I included this in one of my videos. I can't remember which one. I think it was my deck of the year. But I put 3 choices for paper dolls or dolls for you guys to choose from. And you guys chose B, which is this vintage doll little girl stamp. And so I am actually still going to make a Paris tag for my Paris journal. I'm not sure if it's going to go in the one that I'm doing, or the folio that I made for my design team project for April for Creating with Jovi, but it may or may not go in that one. I'm not sure. Or it may go in the one I'm making for myself. So this is just a piece of cardboard from a box of rice. I'm going to use this to make my tag. And I actually just purchased these edging tools from Spectrum Art Creations, and I will leave the link down below for them. But they have these edging tools that you can use to make your tags, and I thought this was the coolest thing. I saw it on somebody's channel. They didn't mention where they got it from, but I was trying to decide what my project was going to be for April, and while I was looking, I came across this, and it has different sizes for the edge of your tag. So it goes all the way up to 2 inches. And so we've got a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, or 1 inch. And then on this one, we have 1 1/4 inch. We have 1 1/2 inches. We have 1.75 inches, and then we have 2 inches. And you make your edges based on this. And they also have hole in them, so you can put them on a book ring or a hook or whatever, and they do stack on top of each other, so that's pretty cool. So it's www.spectrumartcreations.com. I will put it down in the description box as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna, and all you do is you line it up and cut your sides. So super cool, right? I think I'm gonna do I want to do it a little bit bigger? Let's see. I think we're going to go with this. We're going to go with this. And basically you just, you know, cut it to the side that you want it, and then you flip it over to get the same side. So yeah, these are really super cool. I really love these. I'm really glad that and it was really, really hard to see what the brand was from the person's video. And she may have had a video at some point where she did say the brand, but for whatever reason, and the reason I'm doing it so long is because I'm going to use this Eiffel Tower napkin, and I wanted the thing to be long enough to include the entire Eiffel Tower in the background. But I'm first going to put down some of this paper. And I did go ahead and stamp out the dolls and the accessories. I didn't stamp out the words because I can stamp those directly on. And I think I'm going to go with this girl, but I'm not sure. We might go with this one instead, or the one with the bow. I'm not sure. And I think I'm going to leave them black and white. I'm not going to color them in just because I am doing kind of a neutral background, so I want to kind of leave them the same. So yeah, all you do is flip it over and line it up, and then you have your tag perfectly done. Alright, so let's just move that out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and cover this. I think I want to go with this. So we're just going to cut off those edges. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do down at the bottom. I might do some of this here down at the bottom because I like that color. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this napkin. And I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to wet it down or whatever because I want it to not be like all the way see-through. So I'm also not going to peel off the backing because I want it to be more solid and less translucent. And I just got these off of Temu before before they made it where you can only shop local, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We'll just put that across the bottom, I think. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down. And then before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and poke a hole here in the top for the tag. And then that way, anything I put on top of it will be easier to see from the back. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. I slept a lot of my weekend, even though I had every intention of cleaning this office and getting it in order. I just was not feeling good, so I took my son. My son had friends over Friday night, and they ended up not going to bed till like 1:30, but honestly they did not keep me up. I've just been it's been cold and rainy here for several days, and so my joints have just been really hurting. And then Saturday I took my son to get his hair cut, and while I was there, honestly I thought I was having a heart attack. I got really nauseous. My chest kind of went numb, and it was hurting. In hindsight, I think I was probably having a panic attack, but at the time I thought I might be having a heart attack, and I just after he got his haircut, I just wanted to get home and get in my bed, so that is what I did. I took a nausea pill actually, because I just felt so incredibly nauseous. And so I took that and it put me to sleep, and I pretty much stayed in the bed the rest of the night. And then one of my son's friends came back over last night and spent the night again, but they were really quiet and left me alone. But I pretty much just stayed in bed all day yesterday. And then today, he had a date with this little girl. And so I came back. I did actually get some cleaning done, just not everything I wanted to do, but I still have time. I still have about a week to get this office in order. Although 2 of those days I'm going to be driving to North Carolina to bring my daughter home for the summer. So I've really got about 4 or 5 days to get this place together. And I did do a before video, which I will share with you guys, but I'm going to share it probably closer to the weekend, because, or to next weekend. Honestly, I'm very embarrassed by how bad it looks, but I'm going to be honest and show you the true before and after. And I feel like it'll also be much more more awesome, I guess. When you guys see what it looked like before to what it looks like at the end, and how little time I had to do it. And I actually filmed the before about a week ago, and I had every intention of starting on it, which is why in the initial video you'll see that I did say that I wasn't going to do any update videos. I was just going to strictly do the before and after, because I really anticipated working on it for like 2 weeks. But last week just got away from me, and honestly, I've just been trying to relax, because it's been a rough couple of months, y'all, and I think that my body is finally screaming at me to like relax. Like it's like, Jen, you know, chill, girl, just chill. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of just chilling, because I'm kind of listening to my body, because it's kind of screaming at me right now. It really is. So I've kind of been listening, because the last thing I need is to have a breakdown here right before my husband comes home, or right after he comes home. I just want to be, and honestly, I kind of do my best work. I think I've said this before. I kind of do my best work under pressure. And my son was kind of giving me a lecture. He's like, I told you to rest, Mom, but not this close. And I was like, yeah, I know, but it'll be fine. I did get the decoration boxes that were down in the front room. I did get those put away, and I've got some more stuff I want to do downstairs, but honestly, it can wait until after my husband gets home. I don't really care about that so much, but this craft room, I've got to get my act together on the craft room, because he's gonna care the most about the clutter in here. And like I said, it's not dirty. And like you'll see in the video, it's not dirty, y'all. It's literally clutter. It's stuff I've got out and just didn't put back. with the exception of some of the stuff I bought and never put away. But I do want to go through stuff and like get rid of stuff, but I think that's going to have to wait. Like, I think I'm going to have to get the craft room together first, and then once I do that, once my husband's home and, you know, things are kind of back to normal a little bit, like, I think I'll do it then. Like, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I just want to get I want you to be able to walk in here, and, you know, his desk to be clean, and me to kind of know where everything is. And then worry about like really going through it later, because I can take stuff back out and go through it, you know, a little bit at a time. And honestly, I think that's going to be the better thing to do, because I think if I try to do it all at once, it's going to be too overwhelming, and I'm going to get stressed out, and it's not going to be good. So, okay, I like that. And I already did that, so we don't have to worry about poking any more holes in there. Okay, and I do think I'm going to go with this little girl rather than the, like, Victorian girl. I was going to go with her, but she looks more... and I was going to go with this doily too, but I don't think I'm going to now. But I do think I'm going to use this little flower here. And I got out some dewdrops from Double Click Connect. It's like a light peachy orange color, and I thought it went the best. I'm going to tag her. I don't know if she's ever done brownish color dewdrops, but I have a suggestion, Carrie. If you've never done brown or like a neutral, I would love to have a neutral thing of dewdrops, like kind of like an ivory color and like a brown, like kind of like this color and like this brown, and, you know, maybe some different shades of neutrals. I would love to have that. This is the closest thing I could find, but that's not to say you've never made it. It's just what I have. But I would love to, and like I said, this is like it's like a peachy orange, but it went the best with what and I was going to do a button, but I really just liked this better. And once that dries, it's not going to be that creamy white that you see. It's going to be clear. And then you'll be able to see the flower, like the brown of the flower. I just really love that. And I have this ribbon that I got from, also from Temu. It's kind of like, what's that trim called? Oh, what's the name of it? I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, it's elastic, but it kind of looks like the binding stuff that's like this, kind of squiggly. But I'm going to use this to make like a little, the little trim up at the top. And I kind of want to do her up on a, I want to do her up on foam dots. And I also got these from Temu as well. I'm really quite bummed out about Temu. And I tried to buy as much as I could before the tariff thing went into effect. And when it first went into effect, you actually could still buy stuff, but the tariff prices were just so outrageous. Like, I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to afford that. And then very shortly after that, that option disappeared altogether. So, and now you can only buy from US warehouses, and the prices are much higher. It's quite a bummer. Quite a bummer. And I really like these because they're all the same height. No matter what size you use, they're all the same height. And I love that. But alas, maybe one day it'll go back to the way it was, but probably not. You know, and maybe in the long run that's not a bad thing. But right now, it's kind of annoying for crafters who, you know, a lot of us don't make a lot of money. And, you know, it was honestly a blessing to kind of be able to buy stuff for so cheap. But maybe in the long run it'll be a good thing. Who knows? You know, everything works out the way it's supposed to eventually. The good thing about this is if I ever do want to go back in and give her some color, I can. I do have alcohol markers. I have a bunch of Copics. And I also have like brush markers and stuff that I could always go back in and color her if I wanted to. I do want to put a little bit of bling like up here. And so, let me see if I can find my little blingy brush thing here. I think I want to do like 3. Put a little bit of, just a touch of glue. I don't want to put too much because I realized when I was doing this on my ATCs and stuff, I put so much glue that you couldn't see the bling at all. And I mean, eventually it does dry and you can see it, but like in the interim, it's really hard to see. And honestly, it probably doesn't need as much glue as I was putting. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for that. Oops. I really like this. It's very simple, but pretty. And I am going to just cut off a little bit of this. I don't think I need a whole lot of it. And the rest of this can just go in my pile. But I am going to I have some seam binding somewhere, but I don't think I have this color. And I also am not 100% sure where I put it. And since this is elastic, I thought this would be, you know, kind of cooler to do. I am gonna heat seal it. I don't know if it'll keep it from fraying or not. It doesn't necessarily have to, but I may see if I can find some seam bonding and put it in here with this. So I don't want to actually glue that yet. Oh, I have this. This might be pretty. This green. This is a thicker one, but it could work. I need to get on Etsy and buy me some seam binding. Yeah, I think that's going to be too thick. I'll just get on. I think I have some thinner stuff somewhere. I'll go through and try to find it later, but I think this will do for now. And I'm just going to put these dewdrops back. So these are the freebies that Carrie gives sometimes when she, and honestly, that one right there might have even worked too. But I have all these different ones, and I was just looking for something that was more of a brown neutral. And she has a bunch of these like yellowy, orange, kind of brown. Like that one would have been even better, that yellowy. But I have a ton of those that she has sent in the past, and so I went through and was just trying to find something that would go. But I really love this. I like how it turned out. And I think it's really pretty. And y'all let me know what you think. But I really like it a lot. And again, I really didn't have any kind of expectation before I went into it, other than I was going to use these girls. And this is what it turned into. So I'm pretty happy with it. But let me know if you want to see more polls where I like give y'all the choice of what I'm going to, you know, work on, and then I just kind of create with whatever you guys choose. Sometimes I like doing that. Let me know if you enjoy that. I didn't have very many people, but it was more than I thought were going to, so I was pretty excited about it. I actually got enough to actually pick one, and I didn't have like any ties or anything. But if you have not already participated in my collab, I hope you'll join us. If you don't want to join, but you'd like to see what everybody else is creating, you can just use that hashtag. I'm still working on trying to get everybody's videos into my playlist. I do have a playlist with all the paper doll projects as I see them. So once I watch the video, or once I start watching the video, I add it to that playlist so you can see people who are participating, and you can see what they're creating. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Keep it sassy. Bye y'all.